Welcome into the era of AI. Hello and welcome. In this particular lecture right here, I would like to update you and introduce you to Sora AI. Now, this tool has just been released, and as usual, we always make updates regarding the freshest releases. And so Sora AI is this video generator, right? So it can generate video from text to video, as well as image to video, as well as in some other cases, video to video if you would like. Now, there are some features that we'll explore together, such as the ability to generate a video and then to go on and edit that video using their own video editor that allows you to cut parts of that video that are not really cool, that show inconsistencies or deformities, which is something that Gen 3 Alpha by Runway ML still do not have up to this point. And that is why competition is great, because now with Sora introducing these features, everybody else in the market is going to also go ahead and start introducing such features, since everybody needs to adapt to what's out there and what's being provided. Every company seeks a USP, but after they create a USP, it becomes a competitive advantage, and every other company goes on and finds out a way on how they can implement it themselves. And so, therefore, it's great to have competition, especially a company such as OpenAI, which is basically the same company that created ChatGPT. Hence why we made this update. Now, here is the Sora AI frame or Sora AI interface, which looks actually really close to ChatGPT. Okay, so I'm actually using the dark mode, and the good thing is if you have a plan, if you have a ChatGPT plan. Now, in my case, I have the Plus plan, which is only $20. There's another plan which has been introduced, which is for $200, and that actually gives you more features. But with the plan that I have, I'm able to use Sora AI for particularly my membership, right, in ChatGPT. And so here, as you can see, the credits that I have is basically 1,000. I believe that the people that have the $200 plan will have access to 10,000 credits. And the maximum video duration that I have is 5 seconds. And in case you have the $200 plan, you will get access to generating a scene of 20 seconds if you wish. All right, so that's a large scene. And then in case you want better or higher resolution, more than 720p, then you need to go for the Pro plan, which is, like I said, $200, and you pay it in the ChatGPT membership. So if you go to ChatGPT, which I'm going to go to right now, these are the plans that we have. I'm currently on the Plus plan, right, to $20 per month. Now, if you get to the $200 plan, then you get access to extended Sora AI features, right, as you can see here. Now, here I get limited access, well, which is still access for $20. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and we are going to actually get started. Now, since I'm using ChatGPT constantly, I've actually went ahead and asked it to generate some interesting prompts that we can use together, right? Not to show that I'm this big imaginary, or I have this big imagination, but ChatGPT really helps with my imagination. So I gave it some examples of some weird prompts, and then it went ahead and generated these prompts for me, which basically are fueled by my imagination. So because ChatGPT is not going to give you these results by itself. Godzilla walking near the beach coastline, that's my idea, but it wrote a prompt, right? Godzilla walking slowly along a calm beach at sunset, waves crashing softly, cinematic perspective, detailed textures. And so I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to copy the prompt. Now, first of all, always prompts are necessary. So, and then here, if you want to control the amount of or the resolution, you can click 720p, which is going to consume more, but it's going to generate a higher quality. So we're going to go with that because I want a higher quality video. Also here, if you click this button next to the size, it's going to allow you to select a specific preset. Now, if you click manage, you'll find out that these are the only presets that we have right now, but that's not to say that these are the only presets that you can use, because you can take any preset. For example, let's say you take the stop motion preset, all right? You can actually click to duplicate this preset right here, and you will have a duplicate preset, and then you can name it anything. So let's say, for example, you want to name this preset Cinematic Realism. So I'm going to go ahead and just paste this as cinematic realism. And I'm going to go ahead and take this, this syntax here. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to say we want to create this cinematic realism preset, or this cinematic realism preset inside of Sora. So change the details below to create it. And so I gave it those details, and now what it's going to do, it's going to proceed on to change those. So here, theme, actually, it's telling me to replace. I'm going to say replace it for me, do the job. So sometimes ChatGPT can be quite idiosyncratic, thinking for itself. But I don't like that, because I'm asking it to do the job for me instead of telling me to do the job. Now I'm going to say got it here. All right. So as you can see, now we're on the canvas version of ChatGPT, which I don't like. I'm going to exit out of it. And as you can see here, we have the result. So I'm going to take this particular result right here. I'm just going to have to copy it from the canvas, and then we can exit the canvas and then go back here to Sora, click Control V to paste it. Now, I think that the spaces are not bad, but I'm just going to remove them. I'm going to leave it no space, and I'm going to save. Now we have the cinematic realism style that we have created, right? So we can create our own presets. I'm going to click Done here, and I'm going to click on the presets right here, and then I'm going to go for cinematic realism, all right? Now here you can control the size depending on which size you want to create. Now you don't really have that many. So we have 16 by 9 inches, we have 1 by 1 inches, and 9 by 16 inches. I'm going to go for 16 by 9 inches. Then I'm actually going to go ahead and get the initial prompt that we have basically created. And I'm just going to type the prompt in. So when you type the prompt in here, you can actually hit enter immediately. Now, we don't really have much leverage here to control the amount of seconds that we can generate, because we're limited with the Plus plan. We only have 5 seconds. And yeah, so we want to generate one video variation. We don't have access to more video variations after we change the let's just say the resolution. I think if you choose lower resolution, you can get more variations. But since we have chosen a higher resolution, we can go for less variations. But the thing, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to keep it to 480, and I'm going to choose 2 variations, right? 2 videos, right? The same prompt, but generate 2 videos. Now, I'm not going to click the storyboard right now. Let's just click create a video to create our first video, right? Now it's added to queue. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and test this up using Runway ML Gen 3 Alpha. All right, so here I'm going to go ahead and use Runway Alpha because I want to show you the difference. Now, Runway or Gen 3 Alpha by Runway ML are actually really, really interesting. You know, I would say it's, let's just say in terms of quality, the Sora AI is not so advanced when it comes to Runway ML. All right, so I've opened Gen 3 Alpha right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the same prompt. Now I'm going to click prompt just so I can use prompts instead of uploading an image. All right, so I can only use Gen 3 Alpha in order to generate text to image. I've named the Project Godzilla, and let me just click generate. It's in queue right now, but let's go back to Sora to check the result. So here, let's click our first result here, which is basically Godzilla having a walk near the beach. And let's see, right, if this is truthfully Godzilla. Now, like I said, not every result is going to be awesome. For instance, the result on my left is really horrible. The result on my right is actually not that bad, even though still horrible, but at least it's quite different. Looks like Godzilla's having a moonwalk because you can't even see the patterns of his feet. But that goes to show you that, you know, it doesn't always provide the best results. Now here, notice that you can edit your prompt, right? So if you click edit your prompt, it enables you to edit your prompt. Now, it also enables you to blend, loop, remix, or recut, which is the best option. Now, if I click recut variation number 2, it allows you to recut it, right? So right here, what you can do is you can actually select the portion that you're not okay with. So for instance, let's say that the first part, I'm okay with it up until this point. Now, up until this point, I'm okay with this initial part here that is not included. The only part that is included is this one. So if I click create again, what's going to happen is it's going to go ahead and it's going to recreate, right? This, right? So it's going to recreate it using this feature right here, which is the storyboard feature that I wanted to introduce you to. But now, as you can see, you can use it after generating your first results. In the meantime, let us check the results of Runway or Gen 3 Alpha. Now, as it seems, Gen 3 Alpha was much better, even though this is not Godzilla, right? But at least you can see that the sand is moving and there's a creature walking next to the beach. Even though at some points in time you can see it has more than three legs at the front, but it's still 1,000 times better. The beach looks very realistic. The coastline looks very, very, very realistic. So that's the first part. Now I'm going to leave this in queue right here. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the close button. And we're going to go back. Now, whenever you want to go back, click here on this OpenAI symbol, and it's going to take you to the home page, right? Now, you can see some other videos created by the community that really look nice. Now, if we go to, let's just say, featured videos, these are some interesting videos, especially that they're featured. You can tell that these are, even by OpenAI standards, these are really great. I actually like this one here of these people on top of these, let's just say, animals. This really does look like a movie, a Hollywood movie on a budget. That's what this sounds like. And you can even see the prompt. You can use it if you want to as well. We have some other interesting features here that are as simple as cheetah, as simple as bread, railway station workers, alligator, but because these are really they came up as great results. Even OpenAI themselves thought that that might be interesting to feature them. Now the next prompt in the line is a xenomorph alien looking scary. Now I don't know how this is going to turn out, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and this time around I'm only going to use from what they have. Okay. So I'm going to use the presets that they have, right? I'm not going to use my own presets. I'm going to use the preset that they have by default, and I'm going to use that. So here I'm going to click on the presets. Now, instead of cinematic realism, we can click none, and then we can just go ahead and hit enter. And I'm going to go ahead and just click the send button. And at the same time, I'm going to go to Runway ML, and I'm going to try this with Gen 3 Alpha. We're juxtaposing results just so that you can see that Runway ML is also pretty powerful. Now, it consumes a lot of credits. Probably just me recording this video with the prompt that I'm about to use now is going to probably take me $15 just for this very simple video with 5 or 6 prompts. Imagine if I went 60 prompts, I would consume a lot more than that. It's pretty credit consuming, but it is quite worth it. And also you can see that the speed is actually really nice. The speed of generation by Runway ML is much faster than that of Sora AI with this plan that we have. Not to say that Sora is slow, but Sora AI with the plan that with the pro plan, the $200 plan, is going to be, I believe, much faster than Runway ML. In the meantime, I'm going to open up Leonardo AI because I have another idea. Now, because we have text to video, we also have the image to video, and we also have video to video. So we can try all of these in this particular lecture right here. But as of now, I think that this Sora or this Runway ML video has been generated. This should be a xenomorph, but it doesn't really look like a xenomorph. Looks super scary, but it's not a xenomorph, right? So as you can see, it's really scary. It's an alien and so on and so forth. But is it a xenomorph? Absolutely not. All right, so the clip of the emerging nightmare is ready here on Sora as well as on basically on the Runway ML. Now, this time around, I think it's not bad, but it's not a xenomorph. So as you can see, these are really complicated prompts, I know, but I think if we used an image, it would be much better. That is why what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use an image and create an image of a xenomorph because Leonardo AI can really create awesome images, right? You ask it to create a xenomorph, it is going to create a xenomorph, right? Uh, Xenomorph Prometheus style or Alien Covenant style. Now, by the way, these are some new models that I didn't get the time to check, which are Flux Precision and then Flux Speed, right? But in this case, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use Cinematic Kino, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and just type in the prompt, the exact same prompt, Xenomorph Alien, 16 by 9 inches image, and I'm going to hit the generate button, right? So I'm going to let it generate. In the meantime, I could also switch from Gen 3 Alpha to Gen 3 Alpha Turbo, and I'm going to drag an image once I have an image from Leonardo. Now, in order to add an image, there is this plus button. It allows you to even add an image or a video or choose from your own library here. Now I'm going to upload, but first let's wait for Leonardo's response. Right, out of all these xenomorphs, I think this one looks more like a xenomorph than every other one. Well, this is definitely a xenomorph if you ask me. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just click the download button. And by the way, the xenomorph is a bit different because in the back of its brain or its head, it's not attached to its body. So what I'm going to do, maybe, I'm going to try another time, right? So I'm going to just click generate again. Hopefully we get the classic xenomorph alien instead of this xenomorph here with its head attached to its body. It doesn't need to be that way. It should be head, tall, and this one looks scary enough. It's a scary xenomorph, I gotta tell you, but we can make it even scarier than this. And yeah, we got a classic xenomorph, I would say. This is the classic xenomorph with now its head is a bit taller than this, but I gotta tell you, this one is a bit scarier. Now the xenomorph has metal teeth. If you notice, I've watched the latest Alien movie, Alien Romulus, and I noticed they have metal teeth, which is really interesting for a xenomorph, or looks like maybe metal teeth, if I might be mistaken. Now, but I'm not really, let's just say, I'm a fan of the Alien franchise. I'm not a big fan of the xenomorph. So I'm going to click on upload image or video inside of Sora. And I suggest that you do the same thing. So I have just uploaded the image of the xenomorph. And basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be inserting the same prompt right about here. And you have to wait until the image is fully uploaded before you can hit the send button. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Runway ML at the same time. And I'm going to do the same thing I've done. But with Runway, we have more flexibility. You can drag and drop. I believe with Sora, you can also drag and drop. Let's actually try it right now, just in order not to judge this tool. Actually, you can't. So we just found out. But with Runway, you can drag and drop it immediately. Now, I'm going to keep the same prompt here. With Runway, you have more camera control. So you can come over here. You can control the camera. So if it's static mode, you can make it static mode. You can control the pan, you can control the tilt, the roll. I'm not going to control anything of those. I'm just going to go over here. Now we have Act 1. Okay, so I'm going to go to prompt. And I just want to generate. Now I can generate 10 seconds. Let's see what 10 seconds will be. Now I'm pretty sure this is going to consume a lot. So let's just hit the generate button. And I don't know how much credits is this going to consume or this is going to consume. Yeah, actually just 50, which is not bad. But I pay $35 plan for Runway. So if I consume all my credits, I'm not going to have any credits. It's quite faster. That's why it's called Turbo. But that just is great because it's going to give us the result first here. And then we can go and check it out on Sora. Yeah, this is not bad. Yeah, quite scary, but it doesn't show so much movement from the alien, right? And also, it looks more like Venom now when after the alien turned its head. But that's still a pretty good scene. I mean, imagine if you're making a large video for YouTube and you want to create a stock video like this. I mean, you can now do that. That doesn't say that it's going to turn out perfect, but it's great. Now, I can show you one more thing. I can try generate another time with 10 seconds and also generate with 5 seconds another time with the same prompt, same image. And I'm pretty sure you're going to see a different results each time. Now, it seems that we have violated the guideline when it comes to you know, Sora, when it comes to the alien. So it didn't really generate it for us. So we're just going to move on. But that just goes to show you that we've explored the feature of image to or text to video. Now, here, let's try to generate this image inside of Leonardo, which is an image that it's supposedly going to create a predator from Alien. I don't know what they call that species of predators. And we're going to try and see if it doesn't violate the rules and guidelines for Sora. Since OpenAI, they have these guidelines, they're afraid that you might violate. So yeah. Now we have the second scene of an alien. Let's see how this turned out. Remember, it's the same prompt, same image. Again, let's see. Now this one, pretty much the same. Not so much of a big difference, you know. It's not bad. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's really good. And let's check the one with only 5 seconds with the same prompt, same image. My goodness. Now with 5 seconds, we have a completely different creature. It's not even an alien anymore. It looks something different. But it's not bad. I mean, you could use this for a horror video that you're making, for example, on YouTube, or maybe a horror intro. You could even use this for an intro on a YouTube channel. Now, let's see. So we have some pretty interesting images of predators. I call them predators. And we have this one. This one is pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and download it. And I'm going to head back to Sora. I'm going to click the plus button to upload. I'm going to upload an image and video or video. So I'm going to upload the image of the predator in the jungle. And with that image, I'm going to use a different prompt given to me by ChatGPT, which is transform the jungle combat scene into a battle sequence. Okay, let me see what this is going to do. So I'm going to click enter. Now ChatGPT knows better. Now this was added to queue. Hopefully it doesn't violate any guidelines. In the meantime, I'm going to use a different prompt here, and I'm going to actually delete this image. I'm just going to drag and drop the image now of the predator. So let's hit the send button. And let's see right now what the image of the predator is going to do. I'm only going to generate 5 seconds. Going back to Sora. Now, again, it is working on it. Let's see if it still violates the guidelines. All right. All right. They say it conflicts with their policies, so I believe it does. Now, let me try something different. Let me try something soft, okay? Let's try something completely out of the box. So we have this couple. They're basically, let's just say, like this. And I'm going to go ahead over here to Sora, and I'm just going to click the plus button. And I'm going to upload, this time around, I'm going to upload an image of the couple, right? And let's try to generate something, you know, natural, and not these weird ideas like this one with a rabbit like a mantis. All right, so people can have very large imaginations. Now, a rabbit head and a mantis, that's pretty crazy. And in order to craft the perfect prompt, I'm going to say craft the perfect prompt to generate a video with this image in Sora. Okay, so I've provided ChatGPT with the image of the man and his wife, and I'm asking it right now to generate a prompt that I can use in Sora. So instead of saying transform, I'm going to say do not use the word transform. Get into it by describing the video. Also, shorten it. Okay, so because as you can see, this word doesn't mean anything to Sora. Transform this image doesn't mean anything. But if you're describing the scene, that's what it is. So you have to describe the scene immediately and never tell it, transform this or put this thing or do this thing. Okay, just get into it. Now, before doing that, I'd like to explore this scene of the predator. And let's see. Yeah, it's actually this one. My goodness, this one really turned out great. It really didn't change it in a way that botched the video, and kept the predator features everything intact, made it seem like he's actually just let's just say, hunting its prey. And this one is really amazing. I'm actually going to use this one for the preview of the announcement that I'm going to use with this announcement for this new update, right, regarding Sora. Now, as you can see, this one was added to queue, so I'm going to let it cook for a while. But at the same time, I'm going to have to do the same thing with Runway, since we just want to run a comparison side by side. A couple walking hand in hand through a golden forest. All right, so let's generate 5 seconds here. Now, I'm pretty sure that the 5 seconds of Runway ML are going to be generated in a much faster time. Now, we have some interesting prompts like man having coffee with a predator, but this one is really interesting. Moses splits the sea. So let me try this one. Let me try Moses splits the sea. I could have just said man splits the sea. Instead, I'm not going to. Now here, it says that this one also failed. So there's a lot of failures here. Error running this prompt. Media contains people. All right, well, it sure does contain people, but those people are not really people, real people. Those are generated by AI. So here I'm going to say man standing on the shore, raising his staff, splitting a vast ocean. And then I'm going to generate this. I'm just going to say man splitting the ocean. Hopefully they don't say no to that as well. And Runway doesn't really seem to have a problem of generating a video of this man and his wife. It really looks amazing. It really does look amazing. It looks like a stock video, really. It really does look like a stock video. They didn't really destroy. They kept it nice. I like it. I think that you also can see why I like it. They really did a pretty good job. And you can even look at the reflection of light on the face of this person, which is exactly what it would look like in nature. It really does look amazing. It doesn't look so bad. It looks really nice and wonderful. I like it. And so I'm going to I like that one. But let's go to Sora to check the results of this video. It's 90% now. All right, so here we go. We have some very interesting images or videos here. The first one is cool, but it doesn't show any legit results. And the second one is cooler, I think. It doesn't show the sea split, but it's really nice, right? Now, if you want to download, you can just go ahead, or share, you can just click to copy the link. And in my case, I'm going to download because I like this one. I think this could really be used for a really amazing stock video, or used for a trailer if you're making trailers. There's a lot of channels that are growing in popularity. They're doing just this. They're creating trailers using AI with thumbnails that they create inside of Leonardo or Midjourney, and they're getting millions of views, right? Literally. I'm going to try the same prompt using Leonardo Gen Runway ML Gen 3 Alpha and see the results, even though this one was really amazing. And let's move on to some last prompt. So enough of the xenomorphs and stuff. This will be the last prompt, which is going to be a kraken emerging from the ocean. And then we're going to try video to video, and that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead. Now this is I should generate this inside of, I believe, Leonardo, which is what I'm about to do. And then I'm going to turn that from image to video. But let's check the Gen 3 Alpha's results of a man standing on the shore, raising his staff, splitting a vast ocean, towering waves on both sides, golden light breaking through clouds. I think the only thing that Sora captured is the golden light, right? They didn't capture the moment of splitting the sea. But let's check this one out, right? Yeah, this one is not so bad at all. Actually, this one is really nice. I think if we generate another one, if we say man standing on the shore, we can say man on the shore, hitting or using his staff to hit and split a vast ocean. right? And let's try to generate this with this prompt now. I'm not sure what it's going to give as a result, even though this one is really nice because you usually don't see waves like this, right? You usually don't see waves crashing into each other's like this. Now, waves come to you, right? They come in the direction of the person standing, but not in the opposite direction, right? That's not how the sea functions. But this one is really nice because it can be used, like I said, to demonstrate something. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to go back to Sora just to go to the home page and let's see this massive Kraken. And I think that if the video of the Kraken turns well, we can actually use it to generate video to video with the same video. I think that might be more interesting because if we use outside videos, then Sora will definitely say this violates our terms of service and guidelines and so on and so forth and whatnot. And so I'd believe that it would be better off if we just probably use our own. Now, here we have some interesting imagery of what you can expect or supposed to be a kraken. This one looks like a kraken, but these ones are really nice. Yeah, I actually like this one better. Let me check the other one, just one last glimpse, and see if I can actually go with it. No, I can't because the kraken is not going to go that up. This one looks more like a kraken. So I'm going to download this image, all right? And I'm going to go back to Sora. I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to upload this image to Sora AI. Now, when it comes to the prompt, I'm going to actually copy this part. And I'm going to go back right here, hit send, and enter. And finally, we're going to do the same thing with Runway. But let's check, first of all, let's check Runway's results when it comes to mansplaining the sea. As you can see, this one is not that good. It's actually quite horrible. But I think the way I prompted it was not really nice. I'm going to go to Gen 3 Turbo, and I'm going to drag and drop the image of the Kraken. I'm going to hit the same, or enter the prompt, and I'm going to generate a scene of maybe 10 seconds this time around to generate something consistent. Now let's hit the generate button, and let's just wait in queue for both scenes. Now, I might use the scene from Runway on Sora. I might use the video to generate a video using Sora. Actually, I think this will be more fun, right? And let's see what that does. So there you have it. We have this particular scene of Kraken. Now let's see what Runway is up to. Okay, let's play it. Yeah, this one was not good at all. Actually, it's pretty funny, but it's absolutely not good. It looks more like a Kraken. Like a paella, right? Maybe it thought that these are actual plants on the. But it's not good at all, right? It's not good. It's supposed to go and generate a Kraken video. Now let's see if Sora is going to be able to recreate it. All right, while Sora is generating that scene, we can try something. So in Gen 3 Alpha, we can try something like Kraken attacking a pirate ship, and then we can generate the scene. Should only be about 5 seconds. I'm only using Gen 3 Alpha because with Gen 3 Turbo you need to provide it with an image first, then a prompt as well. And I'm not sure what Sora's results. Now it says that I have to click to retry. I'm not sure, so I'm going to click to retry again, but I don't really think they're going to do it, right? So I'm going to click to go back to the Sora featured. And this will be our last prompt. We're going to take the input or the output of Runway ML, which is going to be a video of a Kraken. And we're going to test it out on Sora and see the quality that it generates. Now, mind you that Sora is still in its primitive time now, so it's still just fresh. So meanwhile, it will not be perfect. It will not do exactly everything that you ask it to do, all right? And that's completely normal. And don't actually expect from it to do more than what it can do. It's going to be refined over time, right? Because the last thing a company like OpenAI wants is to get into lawsuit issues and so on and so forth. And so what they do, generally speaking, is they will put a lot of restrictions, especially when it comes to generating video. Now, when it comes to generating images, they also do it. They will not do it on the same level because these are only images, but video is really interesting. So they can't honor your every prompt. You can't ask them, generate a video of Elon Musk drinking a coffee. They won't do that because there is a person there that you don't own the rights to. It's a completely different entity. That's why when we entered an image and try to generate a video from an image, it didn't do a pretty good job. Now here, it actually went ahead and generated this weird Kraken scene. Let's check it out. Truthfully horrible. Really, really horrible. Now what we can say is we can say a shark, a great white shark attacking a pirate ship. Let's see if this one is going to make a little bit more sense, because with Kraken, I think it's more of a demanding scene, I would guess, because it's a Kraken. All right, let's check this one out. Yeah, not good at all. Not sure if that's a shark or a flying fish with its mouth in both positions, but not cool at all. Now, what we're going to try and do is we're going to go to Google, look for some shark videos on Pixabay, and I'm going to take a realistic video of a shark. I mean, why should we settle for mediocre when we can just actually go and grab a real video of a shark, the actual creature itself? Now, this one is a stock footage of a real shark. So I'm going to go ahead and download this one. And let's see how Sora does when it comes to this. So here, I'm going to come back to Sora. And I'm going to download this. All right, so according to them, the video was actually really long. And so that brings us to the end of this particular lecture right here. Now, as you can see, Sora is quite nice. Well, when it comes to its, let's just say, differences between it and Runway ML's Gen 3, there is not much of a huge difference. I would say at times Runway Gen 3 Alpha is better. But as far as you can see here, we have some really nice results. And that goes to show you it's a game of luck at this stage. So with some prompts, you can have success, while with others, you will have very less success. Now, remember that we have not tried basic prompts. So I think that we can go ahead and try a basic prompt like a lion roar, right? Like something like this, a fierce lion roar. I've tried to generate some incredibly difficult things to generate. And so you might want to focus maybe on stock footage. For example, here we have this, I don't know if this is a wolf or a jackal, but focus maybe on stock footage. When it comes to weird stuff, you can expect that it's going to give you some results that you might not really like so much. But when it comes to stock footage, stock video and stuff, then I think this would be the thing if you would like to create some stock footage and release it or sell it online. It also does a pretty good job of adding things to the prompt. So for example, I said fierce lion roar, and it went and named the project Majestic Lion Roar. So that's pretty nice. It's quite intuitive that way. I also have to go and do the same thing with Runway Fierce Lion Roar. And then I'm going to generate with alpha, and let's see the difference in both. All right, so each time we have to check. Now, two variations. Let's see which one of them is going to catch our attention the best. All right, so as you can see, the one on the left is amazing. There is some kind of an inconsistency, not so bad, but the one on the right is the one that I like best. Actually, you can't really distinguish this one from reality. One would almost say that this is a real video taken in nature. But I didn't want to generate such videos at first because I thought, well, I want to show you some amazing things. But it's quite good when it comes to generating realistic stock footage. Okay. Also, when it comes to that, Runway is good, but sometimes Runway can also make some mistakes. For example, in this case, this is a pretty good one, but compared to the one by Sora, there's a huge difference. And this is just one of those times when Runway can do a pretty horrible job, but also for the most part, it does a pretty tremendous job, 99% of the times. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video so far. This was just a quick update regarding ChatGPT's Sora AI by OpenAI, and hopefully you have enjoyed it. Please leave your questions in the Q&A, and I hope to see you in the next big update.
Keep learning, keep mastering all of the AI tools.